Okay. If at any point I kind of go quiet for a little bit, it's very likely that I'm writing stuff on my
Welcome to
whiteboard, so that's
Summoner's
why.
Rift.
Right.
Okay.
30 seconds until minions
Okay, let's do
spawn.
your vision. Those. Okay, what are your thoughts going into this game? Like pathing, just general game plan?
Uh, I use Blitz. Usually I path to the either to the person with most mastery or the person like if I see bot lane as 20% win rate, then I path top, right? And if I see that bot lane is good, I usually path bot lane.
Okay, so you
Cause
care way too
I
much about your teammates.
okay,
Like, just unironically, stop using that app. Just don't even look. Because if you're making decisions based off of win rates or stats or whatever, that's really bad.
do I just always path to bot then? Because people always say path to bot if you're jungle, because there's like most kill potential and gank potential.
You can. Technically, you want to have more nuance than that eventually. For the purposes of Iron, you could do that. You could just always path down. Um, it's also going to depend on your champion. So, like, for example, Nocturne is generally going to benefit from that. Or you could do the same thing on a Mumu or Viego. That's probably also fine. Um, so yeah, you can, but eventually you want to get to the point where you're looking at uh, what kind of gank setup you have from your teammates. So in this particular game, you have Misfortune Zyra into Neela Zillion. It's not particularly great setup, but you also don't really have setup anywhere else. Like you're kind of lacking in that. So it's fine to path down. But let's say we change it and you have something like a Renekton top lane into, I don't know, Camille. They're going to be fighting a lot, and your Renekton's easily able to follow up with CC and damage. Then maybe it's more value to path up. It's going to depend on the situation. But yeah, for
Right.
a general rule, you can path down every game if you want to like really oversimplify it, since you are in Iron at the moment. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of skip here. I just want to see how fast your clear is. Okay. Not ideal. I've seen worse, but definitely could be faster. I suppose part of that is because, from at least what I was saying here, Open.GG, you don't play a lot of Nocturne, I don't think.
No, I have like maybe like 30 games. I'm not sure. I
Yeah.
have 29 games. I have 29 games on Nocturne. I chose. So I have the most games on Viego, but I stopped playing him because I felt like I could get the kills, but I made no impact because I couldn't like if let's say all three lanes are asking for a gank. Let's pretend I don't have everyone muted because they're
Okay.
spam pinging me.
Sure.
It's so much easier to gank with Nocturne because of the ult, right?
If at level
Or if
6,
I
yeah, yeah.
play, yeah, or a Mumu, right? Maybe I can help my team get the lead easier with CC because he has infinite CC instead of Viego, where sometimes I feel like I can be super ahead, but like if the rest of the team aren't, or if they're doing whatever else, then even if I'm 12-0, I still can't win. So I feel like it's easier to try to get them ahead and hopefully we win instead of trying to solo. I don't know.
Okay. So, prior to this session and the weird guy that didn't really help you at all today, or whenever that was recently, um, have you gotten any coaching?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I watch YouTube, right? Like
Yeah.
all the guides and stuff like that. I started playing this game in November or September. I don't remember.
Okay, that is
Uh,
actually helpful information. So you've been playing for like 5, 6 months.
yeah. I started ADC for a bit, and then jungle was interesting, so I just started playing jungle.
Mhm.
Started with a Mumu, and then I tried Viego. I really liked Viego, so I just kept playing Viego. But I felt like there was no progress. I could win like 5 games, then I lose 5 games.
Yeah.
Hovering 50%, but not really. I peaked bronze 4, but then I deranked all the way back down to iron 4. That's when I started experimenting again and got the coaching thing from
Mhm.
the guy that told me to play mid and top. But I've kind of played everywhere because I've been like thinking like, maybe jungle isn't it. Even though my best win rates are probably on jungle, like Amumu is 65, Viego is 53, stuff like that. Uh, but I felt like I didn't see any progress in terms of rank.
Yeah. When it comes to the roles, I don't think it really matters that much. Unless you're starting out as support, there can be issues down the road of like you don't learn some of the skills that are necessary. But when it comes to the other 4 roles, I don't think it matters that much what you play. Just play whatever you enjoy or can easily stick to. And when it
Yeah,
comes to champions, same idea, whatever you enjoy. If you feel like you need to swap champions because of whatever reason, then that sounds like you're just trying to dodge an issue without figuring out what's actually causing the issue.
right.
Because my concern is if you play Mumu, you're just either going to have the same issue or come up with a different one, and then you're back in the same cycle.
My biggest issue with Amumu is probably how boring it is to play
Okay.
Amumu because he's pretty boring. Compared to Viego, you can pop off on Viego and Amumu. You just farm, farm, farm. Then you gank somewhere or do objectives. QQR, you know, and yeah, it feels brain dead to me. I sit there and I'm like doing the same thing for hours on Amumu. That's when I get the urge to like, okay, let me play, I don't know, Volibear or Viego or Hecarim. Usually it's Viego, but and then I lose, and I'm like, okay, was it because I played Viego or was it because something else, right?
Mhm.
Because I don't want to play Amumu. It feels like a chore. But I know I win the most on Amumu, but it still feels like a chore, and I want to have fun.
Yeah, if it
I
feels
want to
like a
be good on
chore, you
Viego,
probably shouldn't play it. Okay, so back to the actual game. You do scuttle here. Also, was the ward placement here intentional?
I usually put it in the bush. I don't know why I put it there. I usually put it in that bush right there to the right,
Okay.
to check, basically to check if Warwick is there to
Yeah,
contest.
yeah. Yeah, the ward's fine. It's just like I was making sure it was accidental or something. You were
Yeah, it's a
intending for
random
the brush.
placement. I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, and it is helpful that you mentioned when you started the game. Do you know what most champions do by this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Akshan has E. He has the little swing thing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and the one where he basically crouches down and hides. It's W, I think.
Yep.
Uh,
Okay. That's good. As long as you know basically what your teammates and opponents do, a rough idea of what they do, then that's good. I
I
can
know
work with
most
that.
champions. There's a few I don't know, but because I just don't face them at
Yeah.
all. Like Alistar, I never see him, so I have no clue what he does.
Mm-hmm. So in this particular case, are you looking to gank? I think you just pinged on the way, so yeah, you are.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not really expecting to kill him. Maybe hit him a few times just
Mm-hmm.
to maybe force the recall from him. But I don't expect to get a kill here. But since I'm still pathing, like across, because I'm gonna recall here. But I see an opportunity to maybe hit him a few times. I just ping on the way and see what happens.
Okay, so speaking of recalling, that's what I would like you to do instead. Because you're not intending to go to the other scuttle, are you?
No, I never do double scuttle.
Okay.
I just do one scuttle and then I recall usually.
Yeah. So then if you were to do scuttle and then recall in either the banana brush or the brush you're in currently, um,
Yeah.
then it's all good and you can get back to your camps on time. But this, it's gonna delay when you get to your camps. So I really don't like it. It also gives Warwick information because like you show on the map so he knows where you are and where you
Yeah.
can't be. Um, so it's only gonna be worth delaying your recall here if you can actually threaten to kill him.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, this is pretty expected outcome here. He just dashes away. The Warwick, he's a little confused, but we're not going to worry about that.
I don't remember. I think no, we don't kill him here. He runs away.
Yeah. So Warwick is level 3,
Yeah.
and he's killed Scuttle. So what does that mean he did? How did that happen?
Uh, he skipped camps.
Yep, he skipped one camp because he has 24 CS, you have 28. So that's just kind of a helpful thing to know. Like he
Yeah.
didn't even get all of his camps in order to get the Scuttle there.
But when I saw he was level 3 here, I intentionally went here to see if he got the crab because I was thinking maybe he skipped all top lane camps or all bot camps and didn't do the scuttle. So I was actually gonna do the scuttle here since I was already here.
Okay.
But then I saw he did it and I just backed.
Yeah, and that's something you'd figure out by hitting tab. Because if you see he has 24 CS, then that means he's level 4 because he did a full clear, and you get that off your 6 camps before you touch Scuttle.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
because
yeah,
the first scuttle doesn't give XP, right?
it does give XP, just very little. It gives 20.
Oh,
It
okay.
has a 80% XP nerf on it.
Right, okay.
But that's good you know that though. Most of the people I've coached recently, they didn't know that the first Scuttle didn't give that much XP. And this is like pretty good example of what I'm talking about. So the Grom just spawned around 428-ish, and you're not actually getting to it until yeah, over 15 seconds later,
Yeah.
which is pretty significant when you're playing a champion that's very reliant on hitting level 6. Okay. So he's on your Raptors. That's fine. Well, it does kind of become an issue whenever you continue the fight. Uh, so one, you've thrown your Q and then it catches you in the brush. But also, do you win the 2v2 currently? If we look at
No.
this. No. Why?
I'm because Galio's low.
Yep. Galio's low, and just in general, he's not very good in skirmishes, like early skirmishes and 2v2s like that. You're gonna get out damaged. He's really good at roaming, but obviously that's not the case here. So
Yeah.
yeah, you're gonna get beat up by Warwick. Oh, he. Why did you lose? Okay. Well, I mean, it turned out to a miracle. Oh, please don't mess it up.
I agree to this, but
No,
they get it.
you had a
They still
miracle.
get it.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine. Okay, that's not too bad. At least you got 2 for your 1 death, and then Zillion maybe kills the Galio. Oh nope, still lives. Good. Nice. He's dead. Okay, so you know Warwick's off the map for a little bit. Getting your camps. You got 6, great. And now you have a decision to make on how you're going to use your level 6. So let's see how you do that.
I'm pretty sure I don't do anything. I just do dragon.
Yep, this is fine. My question is, did you intentionally pull the Drake out of the pit?
Yes, I always do that.
Okay, good.
Because if you're in the pit and they're contesting, I have no movement, so I can't get out.
Mhm.
I mean, if I play like Wukong, I can, because I played Wukong as well, I can maybe sneak it because I can get out. But on most champs, I can't, so I just play like this.
Okay, you get the kill. Where's... I'm trying to figure out where's your Nico. The heck?
Probably a minion. I'm guessing
That's...
she's a minion. Has to
Yeah,
be.
it's not... It's not showing her, though. If I go back...
Oh, huh?
Okay. She becomes a cannon minion there.
I die here, pretty sure.
Yeah.
Because of the Akali.
Yep. So you can't do this yet. Now, if you give Nico time to move, then you can. Like if your assistant's ping and she starts moving over, but this is pretty scary without her being there because Akali is going to move, as you said.
Yeah.
And you used your ultimate there, so you're going to be on a fairly long timer. Should be just looking to farm. Good. And after your full clear, ult's coming up. Good. That was really good. Really good usage of your ultimate. It's perfect timing to use it. You can take one camp here and then look to recall.
I take two. No, I try to take
Oh.
the second one. I
Yep.
get out though.
Yeah. So you may live, but do you understand why I only want you to take one camp?
So he doesn't see me,
Yeah, that's part. The main thing is just their
and
respawn
probably to
timers.
recall.
Because you don't have enough time to kill this camp and another one before they get back.
Yeah.
Because Warwick's got 5 seconds. The Neela's already back up. Zillion's up soon. So yeah, it just takes you too long. An easy way to think of it is, it's not a perfect number, but it takes a champion roughly 20 seconds to get from base to the middle of the map. Obviously a little bit faster to his jungle, so maybe like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And it also takes you like 15 to 20 seconds to do a camp, so that's why he's
He
here.
might actually come faster here because Zyra is low, so he gets the speed boost.
Yep. Yeah, if the W triggers for sure.
But yeah, I just got greedy for the camp here.
Mm-hmm. Overall, not too bad getting punished, but it is definitely a waste of time. Okay, you're doing wolves and you're moving upwards. This makes me think you're going to do grubs.
Yes.
Is grubs a good idea right now?
Not really looking at the map. But Warwick is down at bot. But looking at the map, when I look at top and mid, it doesn't look like a good idea. I don't even see Nico again. I'm not sure where she
I'm
is.
not sure where she is. She's probably a minion
Probably,
somewhere.
yeah.
I really wish that was not how it was in Spectator. But oh wait. Oh, my bad. She's here. I'm just blind.
Oh, she's here. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So basically, top S full enemy top S full prio, and Galio is pushed in under his third. So it's not technically a good idea, but then again, Warwick can't contest.
Yeah. So as you said, you do have to be careful, but I'm fine with starting it because you know where Warwick is. As long as you pull it out, and then leave if the Akali threatens to kill you.
Yeah.
That's
So
fine.
I was trying to sneak it basically.
Yep. Yep, that's perfectly okay with me. And you can see her here, so it's all good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then, as I said, once she goes missing like this, especially because you can see the way she's walking there, then you got to be willing to drop that third one. That was a good play though. I liked the ult there to get out of it. Turned it around well. Is this one grub worth it?
Feet. I feel like feet. Uh, I don't know. People type SF if we lose feet. I just want to keep the morale up because we do get feet this game. Uh, if there wasn't any feats, I wouldn't do it. I would just go bot
Just
camps and
mute
then do
them then.
dragon.
Like, all I know to say, at least for long term, just ignore them crying about feats. Maybe the off game they'll like flip out or something, but this is so inefficient. It's really not worth it to do. I mean,
Yeah,
heck, I even have people on my team spam ping feats, and then I mute them immediately. So I'm like, I don't know how people haven't realized it doesn't matter that much. But yeah. And just to clarify, the reason it's bad, you're spending a lot of time just to get this one grub instead of getting camps and Drake instead.
yeah.
So it's not worth. But I get people can get emotional in solo queue. Hopefully, go Warwick here. Nice. Good that you backed off instead of chasing on a bad fight there. Still
I still
probably
die.
gonna. Yeah, it's not too bad though. Like, you pulled people away from mid lane. It's kind of okay. I saw him Nico become a minion this time. It's weird because I mentioned you pulling the Drake earlier, and you're even warding this brush and clearing the vision. It's like, how much educational content do you watch?
Uh, I watch things like warding. I haven't watched anything on warding.
Okay,
Pulling the objectives. Maybe it was Perry. I don't know.
yeah, that's
Because
something Perry talks about a lot.
I watched Perry. I watched BBC. I watched other Rogue.
Okay.
And I watch content not just on jungle, but like in general on lanes as well, like mid and top, just to like try to understand how they think, even though probably these people don't use like
Mm-hmm.
they don't think probably, but still. Uh, but I try to always have vision around me to not get contested that easily when I'm doing, so I can get out.
Yeah, the reason that I asked that is because you have a decent amount of tendencies that people in your elo wouldn't have, um, but you're still in your elo because you're screwing up like the really important things. Not to say that these aren't important, like they are, and I would obviously talk about them, but it's like it's just your skill curve is abnormal for what like the average player would do in your elo. Some things are
Yeah.
better than others, which would explain why you're getting the leads, is because you're doing a lot of things that are good to produce leads like this, But then obviously I guess we'll see later what happens with your leads. Okay. Force will work out, that's fine. As long as you leave. Good. Okay, so their mid laner's dead. ADC's dead. Only for a little bit, but still. What is the play?
Getting mid turret or hope because there was still already going for it. I was like maybe if I help, we can get it early.
It's not terrible. But I would rather you be doing other things compared to this. So you've got the option of like going and taking raptors, dropping a ward in somewhere in their jungle, and then doing herald. That's what I prefer. But you also have the option of joining in the fight here as well
Yeah.
after that happens. But hitting turrets isn't really for the jungler to do unless you just have nothing better available to you.
Yeah. So the thing is, what I see some content about is like, oh, like if you have a lead, you need to help your team get turret. Blah blah blah. You know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So after watching some of that stuff, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to help get turrets. So like towards the later game, I try to always push out lanes, even though say my team is a ramming mid, I'll still try to push the side lane, which I usually do. Because I feel like there's a higher chance if we win if I start doing the stuff that nobody else is doing, the boring stuff, I guess, like push side lanes and stuff like that, and just push out waves in general, so we have vision.
That is true. Yeah, there's a lot of value in making sure waves are pushed. Obviously, ideally, the jungler doesn't want to do it, but sometimes you have to adapt, and that's good that you're willing to do that. I guess we'll see if you're doing it at the right times. Um, but yeah, now in that, what you said, none of that involved actually hitting the turret yourself. So, yes, it's good that you're like helping your teammates get waves crashed so that they can safely get under the turret or even protect them a little bit while they're killing the turret. But you don't actually have to be on the turret yourself when you do that. Because notice how I said earlier, you could like you make sure they can push, you rotate over, you drop a ward here, you get the raptors. That whole window, you're still close enough to help them if a fight happens.
Yeah.
And then when you go to Herald, it's not like it's that big of a deal anyway because two of the enemies were dead. So you're still fine. I just don't want a situation like this where you're wasting time on the turret and you want to do Herald after, but your teammates kind of want to reset. And then everything is mismatching.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're even pinging for assistance and they're like, nah, we can't. Because they want to reset.
Right.
Yeah.
I just don't do Herald here because it just takes so long solo.
Yeah, it
So
is
just
it
go
is
do
kind
my
of risky
champs.
here. Speaking of gold, you could probably reset as well. You have 1,600. See what you end up doing. Yeah. So all of the because this yeah, all of these issues are occurring because you went for the turret instead of doing one of the other options. Because now you delayed doing the turret, so then you felt like you still want to do the herald after when your teammates wanted to reset, but you couldn't do the herald because they were resetting. And so you're like, oh, I'm going to do camps. But since you didn't reset when you normally would have right after herald, they're on the map before you are.
Right. Yeah.
So this is an easy, easy way for your teammates to get caught. And they probably will. Let's see. Yeah. Oh wait, no, that's your teammates killing them. It's kind of a mess. Either way, a fight is occurring is my point.
Yeah.
While you're
And I'm
not on
not
the
there.
map, this is a
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
scary situation to be in. And so that's why it's important that Like you're getting the things done while you can, and then resetting at the same time as your team. And then we're further desynced because they just took a fight, so now they're wanting to recall and you're wanting to fight. Can take a while to end up fixing this. Hopefully it turns out decent though. It doesn't look too bad of a fight. Okay, huge. So you got 3. That's fantastic. This is another window where you could go do Herald. This one's not as bad because you didn't spend that much time on the turret. And you actually killed it. We've got an issue here. Any idea what it is?
What the issue is?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I'll give you a hint. Look at where your teammates are and look at where you are.
oh, MF's on Herald?
Yeah. So, Herald is fine. Not ideal, but it's fine. And playing around bot side's great. But we don't want to be doing both. So what I want to be seeing when you're going in here and you're covering the bottom side of the map, which is, as I said, it's really good. You're taking camps. Hopefully you're going to be dropping your ward pretty soon to stop them from entering. And then you make a play off that after your teammates move because they're going to push this wave. But this, I need to see like a bunch of careful pings on Misfortune telling her it's a bad idea.
I didn't see it. I didn't even know she.
Yeah.
I didn't look at the map there.
Right.
Or I probably looked at the map, but I was looking around myself and not at the Misfortune.
Yeah. You're not thinking
Because
on like the team scale.
yeah, I was looking at the Nyla. I was thinking, okay, I see Zyra pathing there. I'll finish this camp and probably go help her kill the Nyla. I think she solo kills her anyway.
Yeah.
So
It's a
that's what
really
I was
good play.
paying attention to, and I didn't even see the MF at Herald. I mean, I don't know why she would start it alone without pinging me, but
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't make any sense. It's terrible play by her. But let's say if you did ping her and then she moves over with you, this is like perfect, exactly what I'd want you to do. Getting the pick here is great. Did you?
we die here, no? Yeah, we die.
Yeah.
No, she
Are you aware
dies.
that you can block this?
Yup, I am. But
Okay.
my camera was in a way where I thought I had enough time to go
Ah,
across to the yeah. But I
okay.
didn't have enough time because I wasn't aware how long it would take for Zyra to die, and then I die here as well.
Gotcha. I don't know if you noticed, but your Galio is top now too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the Herald is still up for some reason.
Yep, and they're gonna reset it.
Oh, she's dying.
You don't even get it.
Yeah, this game. I mean, this game is probably not the best example because this game was fully weird. The enemy Warwick was kind of trolling.
Yeah. That's fine. We can cover a little bit of another game after this one if we still have time. I don't mind doing that. Let's see. Okay, so they take the Drake, moving over here. This fight's kind of scary, but you probably win it, even though you're outnumbered because you're strong.
Yeah, I don't remember what happens here.
Okay. Yeah, it's a close
It's a
one.
2v4.
Ends up being 2v5 because Warwick comes in.
Yeah, if he doesn't suppress me here, we probably win it, but yeah.
Yeah. I think it's like this part where you kill here is fine as long as you immediately get out, but you tried to squeeze more value out of it, and then it becomes a problem. But it's not a bad look. Okay. So right now is a good time to farm because you gotta wait for Nico to respawn anyway. This is good.
So I was told, no, I wasn't told. I heard, I don't know from who, because I don't remember. I watched so much content
Yeah.
that after you get like your second item, you should basically ignore farm and just focus on making plays on the map.
That's kind of true. I'm hoping they didn't word it as black and white as that. Um,
Of course, it's not black and like I understand that. Usually, it depends basically on the state of the game as well. Because sometimes I am able to farm enemy camps if I'm like super ahead, because I know they can't do
mhm.
anything to me anymore. And then I basically both farm and take farm away. It's I know it's situational, but usually when I see something happening, I just skip camps and go try to help.
Yeah. So in most cases, that's going to be accurate. The advice that was given of like as you're in mid games, like 15, 20 minutes, or the case you gave like two items. Obviously, that's going to depend on how fed you are. But around that time when people are moving, rotating a lot more, yes, you are going to be skipping camps whenever your teammates are looking to push, and you're concerned that they're going to get caught while trying to do so. So you need to be nearby in fog of war. After they back
Yeah.
off, so like let's say they crash the wave and they go reset or whatever, then that's a great time to go do your camps. Or as you said, if you can do the enemy camps at the same time, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So the problem with this situation is Galio kind of threw you off because you're not in a rush currently because Nico's still dead and you're just chilling, but he teleports into the top lane and is trying to pressure too early. So then it comes kind of messy. Hopefully he doesn't die though. Yep, this rotation's good. Kill the Warwick. Perfect. Hopefully kill two. That's good. I do like how you seem quite willing to leave some of these fights, which is good. Obviously not all of them,
Yeah.
but it's really
I
good.
basically left that fight to go do the camp to heal back up a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got the auction.
Okay. So right
Yeah,
now,
I was getting. They were typing to Baron, and then they didn't do Baron.
at
That's
which point
why
did
I
you
like.
ping it? Earlier or after
No,
this?
I didn't ping anything. They were pinging it,
Oh,
or
okay.
like saying let's do Baron. So I just ran in, but then this happens.
Yep. So we've got some people here, some people here. You got Neela. But at the time you're going in, Zillion's just coming out of base, and the mid laner's dead. So I like taking a fight here, as long as it's quick.
Yeah.
But even if you don't fight, like let's say the Warwick or the Neela respects it, and they back away, then it's still good, because you can clear out wards, drop any wards if you have any, or get your support to ward, whatever it may be. And then you can set up for Baron as your teammates were calling for. So yeah, this is good. And then you guys back up. Oh, okay, I don't like this though. This isn't technically your fault, but I don't like it. Man, this is so
This
inefficient.
is this is where it starts, the chaos.
Yeah.
Like at this point, I think in the game, everything was just whatever. And sometimes, I kind of get lost into it. Like if stuff like this starts to happen, I kind of get tunnel vision. And at some point, I know because I remember like 2 games ago, on a Moo, I realized that we're all mid like all the time. So I typed in chat, guys, go side lanes. And then they started going side lanes because basically 4 of my teammates were camping the last mid turret, and 5 of the enemies were guarding it, and nothing was happening.
Yeah, it's a very classic thing
Uh,
to happen in solo queue. Don't worry, that'll still happen as you climb. So, yeah. What is, like, let's say you could control all of the characters. What is the ideal situation to occur right after you kill Neela?
Um, Ideally we do Baron probably because we're all here. And is that Zillion mid next to Warwick? I'm
No,
not
it is a
sure.
collie.
That's Kali. Okay, okay. Yeah, she's a little bit low. She probably can't contest. I would probably run do Baron quick.
Yep, so that's definitely an option. I do like that. Clearing the vision and then starting the Baron. And then once you start the Baron, you can either choose to fight them if they walk up or just take it.
Yeah.
But if you don't go Baron, at least what you could do, like especially for adapting to what they do here, is you can cross over and then start to get vision in their bot side. If for whatever reason your teammates don't want to do the Baron play. But what I don't like is when we're all marching forward here with no pings. Okay, you did one cautious ping, but you're not telling them what to do, and that's probably because you said you're lost in this situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you need to be pinging them like either on the bot wave or bot side jungle, just some kind of you want them to move away from mid lane. Are you allowed to show on this wave?
As a jungler, probably not.
Nope. Yeah, that is correct
I'm
because they're
pretty sure
gonna
I
just
did ping that. I'm pretty sure I did ping that, but I saw no one moving there, and they were basically on the turret, the minions. So,
yeah, just let them die.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good, but you just have to let it die here because you cannot show. If you show, then they're gonna all go straight to Atacon, and you're gonna lose it.
I see.
So you gotta stay in Fog of War, somewhere near mid lane. You can look for a fight if you want, but only if it's good. Now, let's say we change the variables. Let's say Atacon's not up, Drake's not up, the only thing is Baron, then this is fine. Because you're still nearby, so you can actually threaten to be there.
Yeah, because again, I don't remember who. Maybe Perry. Who knows? Was like if you see a wave and no one's getting it, you should get it because otherwise you're losing out on gold for your team. Blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but yeah, it also makes sense that I shouldn't show when there's so many objectives up because Drake's up right now as
Yeah.
well.
It's just all a matter of what can your opponents do with the information that you give them. If they don't really have any options anyway, then go for it.
Yeah. Just trying to steal here.
Mm-hmm. So let's say, hypothetically, you go in and you steal the Drake. Is it worth?
Uh,
Because you're not going to live.
Probably not. Probably not. It's not even the best Drake, I think. Uh, it was like a heat of a moment.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what I mean? Like, okay, they're taking Drake. I don't want them taking Drake. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna steal it.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably not the best champion to do it with anyway. But
Definitely
yeah,
not. Yeah, it'd be at least a little bit better if you had a way out. But I just said heat of the moment or panicking, greeting, whatever word you want to use. It's bad. And the reason it's bad is because your death is guaranteed. And then after you die, you're going to get punished really hard. At least you should be, because they're going to take the Atacon that's right next to it.
yeah.
So even if you get the Drake, it's not all that good. They're going to take that. It also gives them time to push out waves, set up vision. In a high elo game, that's like game losing doing that play there. It'll probably turn into them getting both the Atacon and the Baron if executed properly. But thankfully, that is not going to be the case here because they don't know what to do. So nothing actually happens. Teammate's going to pick. Okay. Any idea what went wrong here?
As in why I didn't get to kill, or in general?
No. Let's pretend you did kill him. It's still a mistake.
Yeah, because we could have done Baron there. No,
Yes. Yes. So the
this is tunnel
consistent
vision.
it's
This
tunnel
is
vision.
greed.
So the consistent issue is that when you're going for a kill, you're not thinking about what the kill is for. Because like your teammates got the Akali, and when I'm seeing this, my immediate thought is, okay, we've gotten what we need in order to threaten Baron. We got to kill, so then we can push out the wave and rotate to it. But that's clearly not going through your mind. You're just seeing, ooh, I can kill this guy, but you're not thinking about
Yeah.
why do I need to kill this guy. Obviously, if it's super free, go for it. But by this point, you've already gotten his flash, and you're happy you've pushed him out.
Oh, but at this time I ulted. I'm like, okay, I ulted. Is it gonna be a waste of an ult? Because this is where I would back off if I didn't ult. But I feel like if I ult, I have to do something with it to get something out of it.
Right.
Because otherwise, I feel like I'm wasting ult. Even though Nocturne's ult has like at this point, I think it's like 40 or 50 seconds, so it's pretty.
Yeah,
50.
49.72.
Yeah.
Yep. As you said, it's sunk cost fallacy kicking in there, for sure. Unfortunately, I don't have a great solution for that outside of getting you to think about Baron's worth way more than your ult. Like I'll
Yeah.
happily trade my ult for a Baron. Heck, you traded your ultimate for a Drake and your life. So sounds like yeah, it's just thinking about what you value a little bit more as you're playing, and then that should fix that. But easier said than done. Obviously, it takes a lot of practice to be able to ingrain it into your mind what you actually value subconsciously. Still turns out well though. You get some people here. No, don't do it again.
I think I die here. Get perma stunned.
This is okay. Not upset about this. Good, you live. Okay, you're about to upset me doing this. You just killed 2 people right next to it.
Oh, I didn't want to do it because I thought I could die. I did the scuttle just to heal up, and I'm pretty sure I go back to doing it
Okay.
like
Okay.
instantly. Yeah, yeah. I was just gonna heal up,
So
but
you
then
do
Drake spawned,
this.
so I did Drake first.
You could do both. But I'm glad that that was your reason, because if you just straight up walked off the mid lane, I was going to be very
Oh
upset.
no, no, no! This is where I had item, so I backed to get the item. I'm pretty sure no one does at the con this game. Like it just I don't remember, but I think,
It's
or
not a
maybe
real
we do it.
objective, apparently. This is fine. Team's kind of split up, though. It's my only concern here. But it's okay. Good pick. Okay, so right now, do you need to kill anybody in order to get
No.
value? No. So, where are you getting value even without killing people?
Mm, turret?
Yeah, she's hitting the turret. They're losing minions. And you're I guess about to kill the cannon, but this is also pushing into them. So you have multiple waves pushing and your teammate threatening turret. So that's why I'm like, as long as you don't fight here, it's really good. Hopefully you don't. Okay, so you do end up backing off this. Don't get baited by the Galio.
I wanted to save him. I felt bad.
Yeah. Just gotta tell him no sometimes. Sure, since you mentioned watching the BBC podcast, you heard the term compensation.
Uh, Probably explaining. I watched too many of them.
It's basically
Like
what you just
sometimes I
did.
have them in the background.
So like your teammate makes a mistake, and so you try to salvage it instead of just
Oh yeah,
letting them die.
right, right, right,
Yeah.
right.
Very, very common thing that people do. And it stems from uh, a lack of confidence in the answer on what's going to happen. So, in this particular case, like obviously, if you pause it right now, if you look at Gallows' HP, oh my goodness, he's dashing in with literally 38 HP. But right now, you can look at it and you'd be like, yeah, it's a bad idea. I shouldn't ult in.
Yeah,
But during the game, it's not as clear because you're focused on so many different things at once. It's kind of hard to take a moment and realize how bad of a play it is to ult in. So this is going to stem from taking just a slight moment before you pull the trigger to make sure that it's a good idea. Because if you're just going in immediately without taking a moment, then yeah, you're very uncertain. So you're like, I may as well try instead of valuing your life a little bit more. Either way, turns out kind of okay. 3 of them are dead. You got waves pushed, so you can look
boy,
to
die
get.
here.
Okay, no, you're good.
Nope. He TPs in
No,
and kills me.
man, he
But
wanted you.
yeah, I know I die, so I ult him there to and like hit him a bit to get him low, and I still get the kill because he dies to the minions.
Yep, that's good.
It was pretty funny.
Okay, so this
And
game
this is
ends
GG.
soon. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So I pull up a notepad. I have some notes written out here. Uh, if you want to ask questions as I go, feel welcome to. It's up to you.
Is Baron also not worth it?
Yeah, same thing. The only time you would do it is if, let's say, the rest of your team is dead and the enemies are going to end if you don't steal it. Then yeah. But in most
Okay.
cases, if you go in, you steal the Baron, but they kill you anyway, it still feels really bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, those were the main things I was typing as we went. And then if you want to look at a little bit of another VOD, we can. It's up to you.
Uh,
Or we could just call it there.
I probably, because looking at my past 20 games, since I don't have anything recorded, there's a lot of other role spam.
True,
So
the other person kind of
I
messed
don't
with
have a
it.
lot. I don't have a jungle role, jungle loss here, so there's nothing to look at. Because the games here, like that, the Viego game, if I remember correctly, was easy, and both the Amumu games were easy. And so this is, I basically only have questions. What to do, because this last game was pretty good. No one was like heavily trolling. But
Mhm.
let's say my top is 0 and 10, right? My bot lane is struggling. My mid is maybe okayish, but pretty struggling. And also, their jungler is super fed because my top lane fed him. Even though let's say I ping him to like back off.
Okay.
If he's shoved in the wave and he doesn't back off, he
Yep.
dies. And then he does it again and again, and he's tilted and whatever.
Mhm.
So, uh, what to do then? Do I then try just keep farming in
You lose.
hopes of? Oh, I just
You
lose.
just lose. Like, if we're being realistic, the scenario that you just provided me, you're very likely going to lose. I mean, you can try to like farm or look for picks on the other side of the map with your teammates, but in most cases, you're going to lose that game.
Right.
So instead of trying to dig your way out of that, I mean, you can, like, obviously, if you had an example, that'd be great, but you can try to like look for little windows to control vision, set up picks, get things done on the other side of the map. You can do all that, and you might be able to claw your way back in. But if one of your teammates is just dying immediately over and over, the enemy team isn't having to burn anything at all to get the kills, you're not supposed to win that game. You know?
Right.
Like imagine that's you. Like you're just running it straight down mid over and over again. I wouldn't expect your teammates to win that game. So it's kind of the same thing. Now, earlier in the game, making sure that you're actually building an effective lead over the enemy jungler or like diving people, making sure the enemy bot laners can't play the game, that can have a huge impact on it. But once it's that deep into the game, you're kind of screwed most of the time.
Yeah. Because I mean, it's obviously not every game, but sometimes that happens, and I'm not sure what to do. And people try to FF. I'm like, no, let's play. But then we play for 40 minutes and we lose or whatever.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a waste of time. So I'm not sure because sometimes it's okay if I guess it's winnable if the people are bad but they're still playing. But sometimes people just go AFK and stuff like that,
Yeah, if
and
they
then
go
it's a
AFK,
4v5.
you're just probably gonna lose. As I said, at that point, it's just purely playing around vision control and hoping for the best. If you can catch them walking into a brush and then make it a 4v4, maybe. But you're gonna have to play above your, like, significantly above your elo range most of the time for that to turn into a win more often than not.
Um, One moment, just gonna check real quick.
Yep.
Actually, you wanna check the Viego game? The one at the very bottom. Wait, wait, there was two Viego games there?
Apparently.
Wait, I only see one. What?
That's weird.
Oh,
Oh, maybe you have like a custom game or something in yours?
so the 1, 6, and 3, 5. This is the
They have the
one I
same
have at the very
KDA.
bottom. Yeah. So this is the one I was just looking at. What is the one at the bottom?
Wait, I swear it's the same game. What the
Oh,
heck?
it's bugged
It's
probably.
bugged. Okay.
Yeah. So I was talking about this game. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I guess either way
Because this
it'll.
is a short game, and I kind of want to know if I'm doing okay. Because this is my goal, to end games quickly, to like take the lead and then just end. Because I feel like the longer the game goes, the bigger chance of losing the lead or losing the game. You know.
Mhm.
Also, should I use two smites when clearing? Because
No.
I usually keep one in case the enemy jungler is contesting the scuttle to
Yep.
smite it.
Yeah, that's good. There's only, well, I guess two reasons. You would use two smites if your clear is delayed for whatever reason, like maybe you died to an invade or
Yeah.
you had a long fight in the river, something like that. Then yes, you would in order to speed up your clear. Or if you did like a really slow clear, but then ideally you would just fix your clear instead of doing that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, if something weird happens, for sure you can use two. Otherwise, holding it's great. For the case, as you said, you can use it for scuttle or save it for later on your next clear. Speaking of clears, hopefully this one's faster than the Nocturne one. Yep, okay, it is good. Almost 330. Still got a smite up. Yep, so this is the same thing as last game.
Yeah. Time wasting, I know.
Yeah. Now, if we change the variables, let's say instead of where the minion wave is right now, if the minion wave is around where Yasuo is and Lux has to walk up, then I'm all for this.
Yeah.
But that's just not the case here. She's going to be able to play way too safe. Yep. Time waste, so you're late to camps again. The heck? Trying to see the thought
I
process
saw.
here.
Yeah.
Is it just counter jungling the Nocturne you think is going to gank? Is that the idea?
Yes.
Okay.
He doesn't get the Heimerdinger,
Yeah, it's
which
alright.
works out pretty well.
She should be dead. Like, just push the wave with Heimer and kill her. She is, yeah, 78 HP.
I was so sure the Q would kill her, but it didn't.
Yeah, I get that. Like, so
Um.
you throw the Q here, but obviously at this point you should be like, oh, the Q didn't kill her, so then you have to adjust, and then yeah, push this wave out, and then she either has to give up the wave or you kill her and leave.
Yeah. Okay.
And you should know that you're safe to do that because you just killed the jungler, so you know he can't be there.
Yeah.
This is very risky. Very risky because the respawn timer on the jungler. You probably get away with it though. So late on your second clear though. Uh, yeah. I like that you're focused on the fight. That's good. But you could also just smite this in his face
Yeah.
and then go for it, and it'd be all great. But he gets the heal there, which is a little sad. But it's not too bad.
I basically just wanted to deny the defeat.
Yeah,
What am I
just
doing?
screw the feats. It
Oh,
doesn't matter. But yeah, you're doing so. This is fine. Hmm. Yep, clears fine. You do have a decent amount of gold, so you probably want to recall not too long from now. Yeah, you definitely cannot afford to do Drake right now. Your mid laner just got solo killed.
yeah.
Very risky. You don't even have smite. Okay, got away with it. Get the kill. And then hopefully now you reset. Good. Risky play. Heimerdinger can definitely. Oh wait, I'm stupid. That's your Heimerdinger. Never mind. Not risky. Good play. Take it all back.
This does not end. Wait, maybe it does end well. I don't remember.
It should, as long as you keep it quick. Because yeah, the misfortune is coming back from base, so it's fine as long as
Damn, he
everyone's on the
dashed
same
away
page.
from.
Your Heimer just has nothing up. I mean, it's okay. Even then, because you got the two, I think. Oh no, he got it because he didn't smite it. But either way, it's fine as long as Yasuo moves. He's not moving though, so this is yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this was
You
a
pinged him after.
bad play. I knew it was a bad play right after I flashed on her. I knew it was bad.
Yep.
But I got a bit greedy there because I was so sure I could kill her, reset, kill Nocturne, reset again, kill MF.
Yep. Yeah. This play is perfectly reasonable. I'm not upset about this one, because the Yasuo, from the perspective that you see right here, should be willing to move. Now he doesn't.
He, he doesn't. I ping him. He was like, I didn't see, my bad. I'm like, okay, no worries.
You pinged him after, not during. But
No, yeah, I didn't ping him during, but
yeah. So yeah, ideally you would ping during, but like I'm not expecting you mid fight to look at the minimap. That's pretty unrealistic expectation, especially for your elo. So I'm fine with this. As long as you're thinking like we've got Yasuo moving and that's why you're taking the fight, then it's good. Or in this case, you just miscalculated your damage.
yeah.
That's fine.
Crazy W miss from me.
Yeah. Yeah, it plays fine if you hit it, but at least it's not too big of a deal when you miss. Got a little bit greedy there.
Yeah, I don't usually play against Nocturne. I forget how strong he is in the 1v1. Because I feel like, okay, he's like half HP here. I should kill him. But I
Right.
don't. I just don't have enough DPS yet.
The Lux shield definitely wasn't helping you out either.
No.
Okay, that plays good. As long as you recognize that you're probably going to lose Drake for it, it's okay. So what I want to be seeing is you recall and then prep for grubs. This was a huge time waste. Pushing mid here is fine. I still haven't recalled. Oh wait, why did I say grubs earlier? That was Herald, my bad. But yeah, same
Yeah.
idea. You just need to play this slowly. Good. Excellent. You have 2.2k gold. And you're going to be forced to recall when you want to do Herald. At least you should be forced to recall. Maybe they screw up. Okay. At least you didn't get punished. I beg of you, please
Wait,
kill the
how
Herald
much?
and reset.
How much gold do I have?
3.3k now. Finally, the recall. So yeah, that whole long
Yeah, I
sequence.
usually don't stay that long. I have no clue why I stay that long. I usually, so my rule is usually if I'm like a bit above 1k, unless like it's later in the game,
Mhm.
especially earlier, I recall above like 1k.
Yeah, it's a good general rule.
Unless of course there's something else happening or camps are next to me and
For
stuff
sure.
like that.
This is just not respecting Fog of War. I'm gonna skip forward a little bit. See what's happening now. Okay. Looking to... Yeah, this was definitely bad by you. Heimerdinger's got the setup here with Vel'Koz walking into it. And you didn't pull the trigger on that. That's your prime window to kill him. Okay, there you go. Just a little bit slow on it. It's okay. Yep, you get the Drake. Please, just immediately. There we go. Okay, so you get the Drake, and then you can push mid lane because you didn't have to burn anything to get the Drake. And they have a dead teammate. So, right now, are you playing for anything that's on the bottom side of the map? Are there any objectives up?
Uh, Other than the turret, no.
Right.
There's only one top side,
Yep.
Otacon.
And so, speaking of turrets, which lane is pushed? The top or
Which
bottom?
lane is pushed?
Yeah.
Top.
Yeah. So, since top lane's the ones that's pushed, that's the one that you can actually play around and the Atacon's up. So you
Yeah.
want to be on the top side of the map. You don't want to do anything here,
Okay.
which is why I don't like this, because we're going in, Shaco even dropped a ward. We're checking for camps, placing wards for something we don't want to protect. We don't care about if they walk into this area. We're not going to lose anything. But you really want information here. So you can set up a pick if they try to stop you from getting the Atacon or threatening their tier 2 turret because you had the waves pushed.
Right. Yeah, because my logic is, I see top is I mean, of course, now it's not that pushed up, but my logic first was, okay, top is pushed up. I should push up the bot wave so that we have two pushed up waves. Or
You
like,
already had to in the form of mid lane.
oh yeah,
So that is a good thing you brought that up. Usually the goal, it's not to get 3 lanes pushing at the same time. It's to have 2 lanes pushing. Because the enemy team cannot outpressure you if you have one more than them, if they're just pushing 1 lane.
yeah,
So if you have people mid lane pushing, and you've already got top push, then that's fantastic. You don't need this wave pushed or this lane pushed. It only makes you more vulnerable when you do that because you're splitting up the team. Now, obviously, if like someone pushes this wave out, someone will have to go catch it, but that's not really a concern yet. And yeah, your team, like 3 of them died because of this play you just did. If you were where you were supposed to be, you'd be able to pull the trigger and kill them, or at least, as I said, get vision and set up for the next fight.
Yeah.
But you just look very lost here. How do you win in a minute? Did they just run it down?
I don't remember. Wait, this was 26 minutes, right?
Yeah, okay, maybe they
26:30.
FF'd.
Maybe they FF. Probably FF. I'm not sure. They have to.
Yeah. Okay. That's definitely what happened. It makes no sense, but I guess they did. Okay.
Why?
I don't know.
Wait, what? Or it's not the full. Maybe the client is bugged and it was a longer game. I don't know.
I mean, I'll play it out,
Um.
but they definitely FF'd.
Oh, it says in the tracker as well. Oh,
Yeah,
maybe
the blue
they.
team agreed to surrender.
Yeah, they probably FF because we got the turret.
I guess so. Their cards
Can
were
I play
broken.
Viego? Do you think?
What was that?
Can I play Viego? Do you think, or should I not play
Yeah, that's
Viego? Because
fine.
some people say don't play Viego because you have to know all the champs
That's
to
fine.
But I feel like I see the same champs anyway, and I know how most of I guess I don't know Shaco or like Heimerdinger, but most of them I do know.
And you just kind of spam your buttons after you transform anyway. It's not the most complex thing ever if you play them enough. I mean, you've played a decent amount of Viego, so yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a big deal. If you enjoy Viego, absolutely keep playing Viego. The champ's not that big of a deal, especially because I don't know if you noticed, I haven't really commented on your mechanics in these games. Not to say that they're perfect, 'cause obviously they're not. But I don't think that like your mechanical proficiency or your understanding of the other champions is what's keeping you in iron.
Right. Should I be should I be going for like 7 CS a minute and stuff like that, or
No,
no?
no,
Doesn't
don't worry
matter.
about the number. Just
Yeah.
worry
Okay.
about like so. Obviously, early game you need to be getting your consistent farm, but after that, it's just a matter of are you at or are you controlling space when you need to be, like when your teammates are pushing, and then are you farming when your teammates back off? That's all you need to worry about. If the number ends up high, great. If it ends up lower, but you're still punishing the enemies for trying to get picks on your teammates, it's still good. Either way.
Right. Because I after watching Perry, I basically farmed, did Scuttle, recalled, farmed, maybe did Drake if it was possible, if I like lanes at Prio and stuff like that, but I was starting to get like flamed because and then I started to have pressure to make a play after every full clear. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I'll just stand there like I did mid on Lux and just wait because I feel like my team expects me to make a play, especially if the other jungler is making plays. But uh, even if I tell them to, sometimes they ask for a gank, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they usually when this happens, I look at the map. Even if let's say I'm clearing top and top is asking for a gank, I look at the map and he has completely pushed in his wave and the enemy is under his turret. Like, and they're full HP. There's nothing I can do. So then I type, okay, don't do this because one, you're gonna get ganked, and two, I can gank, right? But then they keep doing it and they keep flaming me. And then they start trolling or like they start feeding because
Yeah, you
they
just
don't
can't give them
understand
that
that
fuel.
if
Mm-mm. You just don't tie for
yeah
them. That's the best you can do. I mean, if they start trolling, they start trolling, but usually that's what it stems from is like you type to them because then they know you're reading their messages, and then they kind of get a little
But
crazy.
yeah, that's another thing. I very often this happens where my lanes are all pushed in, right? Like they all have enemies under their towers, and then they get ganked. Uh, but when I'm, let's say, finishing bot and I ping them on the way at blue buff, uh, they don't they don't let the enemy wave push up. They like melt it instantly and they push their own wave in. So there's no room for me to gank. I don't know how to play around that. Do I just ignore it? Or is there a way to like make a play even though our wave is pushed into the enemy turret?
It depends on their HP. If they're low, you set up a dive. If they're not in a position where they can be dove, then you just go back to farming.
Right. Okay.
Because yeah, I mean, diving's the highest value gank, and usually that's a great thing to do, especially if you have your ultimate for a lot of champions that allows them to dive more easily. But you have to be realistic at the same time. If they're full HP and they've got like Zaya Nautilus or something, or Ezreal, whatever safe ADC plus support that can peel, you're not gonna be able to kill them. You just gotta wait for a better opportunity, and then that's a great time to farm. Yeah,
Yeah. Um and I don't know how important it is pretty important, I'm sure, in like higher elos, but tracking the enemy jungler, yeah, I feel like it's pretty hard because sometimes it's so random. They don't usually full clear after the first clear. Like some do, of course, but
hmm
sometimes they'll do bot and then they'll go mid and then they'll go bot again. And I feel like it's impossible to actually predict where they're gonna gank because they're everywhere. Um, I played against, of course, it's Belwef, so that champ has to gank. I'm pretty sure it's not a full clear champ, but still, it's so hard to track and like counter gank when they're everywhere. Do I even try to track them, or do I just ignore and do my camps? And if I see them on the map, then I can try to steal their camps or do an objective.
that. So in
Okay.
theory, yeah, you want to be able to track them. But for right now and for a good while, the main thing is like they're gonna show on the map a lot, realistically. So just using the
Yeah.
information of when they show, you know, oh, okay, they can't be on the other side of the map for like 30 seconds. And then you take advantage of that. That's going to be good enough to get results large majority of the time. I wouldn't try to go too heavy in tracking for now because it's going to like overwhelm you. Trying to like track them and focus on what you're supposed to do, it gets too much usually.
Right. And do I ever care about um team composition? Let's say we have 4 squishies and I'm the last one picking. Do I pick a Mumu or do I just still go Viego?
Just still go your normal champ. That's fine. Now,
Yeah.
you do
Just
care in the sense of like when a team fight happens, ideally you think about what kind of fight your team wants. Once you're comfortable enough with that, or like understanding what generally your champions like to fight into, then that could be good. But when it comes to champ select, I wouldn't worry about that.
yeah, because I've had some games where we're all um squishies, I guess.
Mm,
Let's say I'm Viego and then we have a Lux, MF, I don't know, a Vayne maybe, and then a Kali. And then the enemies have like 2 or 3 tanks and we just lose because they have so much HP.
yeah. My general philosophy with that is if you win early, draft doesn't matter. Draft only matters when like both teams are very even, and then you get later into the game where it can become difficult. But as long as you're doing what you're supposed to early on and effectively using the lead, it doesn't matter.
Right. And should I go sweeper or can I just go normal ward? Does it matter?
Depends
Does it
on the
really
champion. Uh,
Viego?
yeah. So in the case of Viego, let me think on that for a moment. Mm,
Because Perry does it, but
he goes sweeper or what?
yeah, he always goes sweeper and he buys a pink ward.
Yeah, I was leaning towards sweeper. He's kind of a weird one for me. I could see an argument for both, specifically with Viego, because normally the idea is if a champion needs the enemies to not have vision for a gank to work, then they would go uh, red trinket. So, for example, Fiddlesticks, are you
Fiddle.
familiar? Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So he's a great
Yeah.
example. Like he needs that time to actually set up his ultimate. Anything else like that that's either really slow or just needs time to build up a dash, they're gonna go red trinket. But other champions, if they're just really fast, and even if the enemies know you're there, they're still gonna die, kind of thing, then I would go yellow. Viego's kind of a weird in between. So I could definitely see the argument for red. If Perry's doing red, then you probably should just go that route.
Yeah, but then the issue arises when my team doesn't ward, and I feel like I have to. You can see here actually, my support is running like 6 wards in his pocket. He could go sweeper here, but he doesn't ward. I mean, he has maybe used 1 ward, but when my team doesn't ward, when it's supposed to be warded, like let's say bot has 3 wards, but they're all in the brushes, like next to the lane, at the bottom right.
Mm-hmm.
They don't ward Drake and they don't ward Herald, whatever Baron. I feel like then if I have sweeper, I feel like okay, I need a ward, but I don't have a ward because I have a sweeper and I don't
Right.
have space for a pink ward or whatever money, gold.
It's rare you don't have space. Now I could see the argument for
Towards endgame.
in game. Oh yeah, in game.
Uh,
Uh, in game, you don't really need the yellow that much. Like, I mean, that's just getting your like pinging your support to ward. If they don't, you can still set up a pick with red trinket. You just play it differently. Like you're playing more
yeah,
for a pick instead of with yellow trinket. You're playing to start a fight when you see them walk into a brush. With red trinket, you're controlling the brush and letting them walk in. It's just yeah, you just play it a little bit
yeah,
differently, but you can make it work either way. If you want to do
yeah,
yellow, I don't think it's that big of a deal either way. But yeah, I mean,
yeah.
technically,
Because
red's probably optimal.
yeah, I mean, some games I feel like it's useless because I keep using it and I never find wards in the usual places there should be wards, like
Hmm.
towards bot. The default wards. I can sweep it like 5 times and there's nothing there. I mean, it's good that it's nothing there. It's an easier gank, but then I feel like I'm wasting the slot because I could be warding instead of
Yeah,
um
that's fair.
just sweeping for no reason.
I just realized your APC Seraphine at 26 minutes literally has 0 vision score. That's impressive. She has not placed one ward.
Oh,
She hasn't killed a vision plant. She hasn't killed a scuttle. Nothing.
wait, Scuttle gives vision
It gives
score?
vision score. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, uh, what annoys me the most is the supports running, like, not running sweeper. Because I know you have a limit on 4 wards at the time.
Hmm.
Or 3, I don't remember. But
Well, yeah, it's 3 on the map. Your support item holds 4.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And why this? Because he's then running around with 6 wards technically in pocket, but he can only place 3 anyway. So why not just go sweeper? But
Are you getting the
I've given
6
up.
from 3 or wait? So like one control
Oh, you
word,
get.
one trinket, or I see the math now. Okay.
Yeah, you understand. Because he could go sweeper and just sweep. And I've been asking people to do this, but they just ignore me, so I've given up.
Yeah, I mean that's the best you can do.
But I didn't see the 0. That's crazy.
It's probably for the best you didn't see it in the game.
Yeah, because sometimes I tilt. I'm not gonna lie, I tilt.
Yeah.
Because I make mistakes, but sometimes there's like obvious mistakes, like running it down. Uh, Even though you're pinged like by the whole team, don't do it, and they still run into like 3 enemies and die. It just pisses me off because why?
Yep.
And that's like at some points I felt like okay, I'm not gonna get out because it's a coin flip on the game. Sometimes it feels like the game is a coin flip because you don't know who you're gonna get on the team. Like today I had a Fizz in jungle, and we lost obviously because it was a Fizz in jungle.
Haven't seen a Fizz
He
jungle in a while.
Yeah, he couldn't clear his camps. Like he was like 10% HP after every clear. At level 7 he couldn't kill one grub before dying. It was crazy. But sometimes I feel like it's a coin flip, and then I just want to solo carry. And that's basically why I asked for the what was it called? Mentor request.